Hi, this is Hussain coming to you direct from London, the United Kingdom, and welcome to another episode of the SMMA Mastermind podcast, where we talk about how you can start and grow your digital marketing agency. And if you are watching this interview outside of our free Facebook group, then make sure you find a link above or below this video or go to smmamastermind.com to join in. Now, with that out of the way, I have a very special guest joining me all the way from New York City. His name is 𝗪𝗿𝘁𝗁𝗍, and he is the founder of 𝗫𝗏𝘁𝗵. That is an email marketing agency for e-commerce brands. And he is also a master platinum partner for the email marketing platform Klaviyo. 𝗪𝗏𝘁𝗁𝗍, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Abdul, for having me.
Thank you very much for joining me. So for those of our viewers who don't know who you are, why don't you give a little bit of an introduction into, I suppose, how you got started and how you ended up creating 𝗫𝗏𝘁𝗵?
Sure. So not sure where exactly to start, but I'm an immigrant from Ukraine. I immigrated to the United States in 2004. And in 2016, I had a change in my life. So I quit my corporate job and start freelancing. And when I started freelancing, I was providing service to all kind of businesses, email marketing service to all kind of businesses, lawyer, dentist, e-commerce, all of them. But in 2017, I decided to narrow my focus only on one type of clients, which e-commerce, because I saw the biggest impact there. So since then, I do only e-commerce projects. And in this year, we renamed our company from Email Marketing NYC to 𝗫𝗏𝘁𝗵.
Right. So, I mean, there's quite a few different agencies out there that specialize in, say, paid ads or PPC or SEO. Why did you choose email?
I don't know, like I like to, its own channel. You own this marketing channel, so nobody telling you what you should not do, what kind of words you can and cannot use. So this attracts me, but also I had, before my freelancing career, I used to be part of nonprofit organization, and I was focusing heavily there on email marketing. So I learned a lot about email marketing, took a lot of courses, attended seminars to understand how email marketing works. So I had that knowledge. So instead of starting from scratch, I just decided to focus on what I already know. I didn't have, when I learned email marketing, I didn't have plan to start freelancing, or I didn't have plans to open an agency.
Right. So it just kind of flowed into it.
Yeah.
And I mean, email marketing is such a huge topic, and hopefully we can talk about some tips that you can share for people who are getting started with email marketing. So I suppose the first question I really have is, people always feel that they do not have a big enough list to do any email marketing. They have customers sitting on the database and they're just sitting there idly. You know, how big should someone's list be before they should start using email as a marketing channel?
One, you should have at least one contact to start sending emails. It's not about the list size. So we are an agency, and we have not even 1,000 email subscribers. However, maybe we will have more, but we constantly cleaning up inactive users. So maybe I have few thousand inactive, but this is my expertise. I believe only in good list versus big list. So our list is engaged. Our open rate is above 50-60%. For emails, in our own agency when we send out newsletters. So you should start as soon as you have time for it, because I know as you opening business, agency, or any other kind of business, email marketing might not be your priority, but when you have time to it, start emailing your database at least once a week, letting know what's going on in your company, in your life, with your product, or something else. So if they are on your list, they want to hear from you. So send them emails.
So when you are creating an email, what are the best practices you follow to make sure that the email is going to be effective?
It's a loaded question, to be honest, but
it is.
Make it relevant to people who receives it. So if you're a startup and let's say you're developing this bottle and you're in a development process, so share some some stories about developing that product. Share with your audience what's going on in your company, like your wins, your victories, and your failures. So be honest and transparent, and be relevant to them. So maybe do not send one message to everybody. Like if you have investors and you have potential clients, so you should talk differently to those two groups, because investor might not want to know about promotions, and vice versa. Your clients do not want to hear your financial position. So try to segment your audience and talk with them differently.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That makes total sense. In terms of the actual layout and the design of it, what do you have a preference for something that is very beautiful with a lot of graphics, or do you focus more on kind of plain text emails? What's the right balance?
The easy answer is, a rule of thumb is 50-50, like 50% graphic and 50% text. However, it depends what kind of business you are. So for our agency at this moment, we send probably 90% text and 10% images. However, when we do projects for our clients who direct to consumer, who like e-commerce, we craft nicely designed emails, and they're probably balance of 50-50, like 50% images, 50% text. So it depends, but the good rule of thumb is 50%, 50 and 50.
When you are designing some of your split testing for your clients, what do you like to test against each other?
So the easiest things to test, first of all, depends what do you want to improve. If you want to improve open rate, you should test subject line and preview text. The preview text is the second part of what you see in your inbox preview. So if you want to test the conversion, like if they buy or don't buy opening your email, so you should test offers. For example, percentage offer versus dollar amount offer, or in some kind of incentives, or maybe one product versus bundle products, like putting a few products together. If you want to improve click-through rate, you have to test the CTAs. However, I strongly recommend, and all other marketers will recommend the same thing to you, like test only one thing per email. So do not test open rate and click-through rate. Do not test open rate and offer, because it will mess up your stats. And one more thing to add, before you even do the test, like what subject line A, subject line B, develop, put hypothesis in words, like what do you think, how do you think it will perform? Like subject line will perform better or worse, and why? Then check how it performed based on data, and then make a conclusion, and after making conclusion, decide what to do next. So this is the right approach to doing split test, because I see a lot of people doing split test just to split test, and there's no next steps after that split test.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of the results that you have achieved for your clients, why don't you share a case study or two in terms of, I suppose, results that you're quite proud of?
So there's a few things where we achieved things for different kind of clients. For somebody, it's mostly open rate, but like if we generalize everybody looks at the revenue, and what are we proud of when we bring the revenue above 30%. So from the total store revenue, the rule of thumb, your email should bring 30%. And there are some cases where we achieved as high as 60%. There's like few stores where which just was like mind blowing, like 60% of the revenue coming from emails only. So those are the best results we had for our clients.
Mm-hmm. So in terms of the actual service you offer your clients, what is your offering?
So we offering managing, like creating email marketing strategy for automatic emails, and in parallel to that, we are offering sending out, strategizing and scheduling campaigns on weekly basis or 3 times per week, or sometimes even daily email campaigns.
Mm-hmm. And I know you are the Master Platinum partner for Klaviyo. Why Klaviyo over a platform such as maybe MailChimp, or there's so many platforms out there. Why do you use Klaviyo?
Klaviyo is at this moment the best tool for e-commerce, like for e-commerce platform like Shopify, BigCommerce, WooCommerce, and others. It has the best integration, so we can get as much data as, for example, Shopify has, and based on that data, we can create different kinds of segments. And also, it's user-friendly for our clients to understand if they are making money or not. And for them, it's very easy to calculate a return on investment.
Okay, fair enough. I suppose that's quite a straightforward answer. Now, kind of talking more about your actual agency and how you've gone about to build it. A lot of people will be watching this. They will be, an agency owner. They'll be starting their journey on creating an agency. When you got started, how did you start picking up your clients?
Majority of my clients came through Upwork. There's like a freelancing job board. I don't know how to call it,
yeah,
but it's very popular platform. So majority of my clients came through Upwork, and then I start putting free content, like YouTube videos, and some clients like reach out through YouTube, and I mean they hired us to do their projects, and then referrals, word of mouth. And when we become Klaviyo Platinum Master, Klaviyo sending us clients as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like from different resources. But when I just started, it was only Upwork.
Yeah, and a lot of people are kind of freelancing on Upwork, and they're competing against other freelancers to putting in bids. Is there any tips that you can share that could help them win more jobs?
Be personalized. When I send some Upwork proposals right now, I do not use tags. I record. There's a tool called Loom, LOOM.com. It's like webcast, like web video recording. So instead of responding to their proposal, I just record the video responding in video format, so it saves them time and they can rewatch, and it adds personal touch. And one thing I highly recommend to avoid, like to do copy and pasting. I know it's very easy to create one proposal and just copy and paste to everybody. And it's very hard to spot those application, because I'm hiring on Upwork myself. So I see when people just copying and pasting and not reading my proposal. So yeah, those two tips: be personalized with this video and do not copy and paste.
No, so that's actually a brilliant tip that you just said in terms of how people can personalize their proposals. So, that's one way to get started with picking up clients. So on your journey of building your agency, of building Flowium, what has now become Flowium, what would you say has been the most challenging thing for you?
Knowing what you're doing, because it's one thing to do project yourself, and another thing to have a team who works with you, and you don't have as much control anymore on the project. So the first challenge was I didn't know what I'm doing, and from I just didn't know, so I had to hire a business coach to help me figure out how to structure the agency to make profit, because I always was losing money every month in my business. So this was one thing. And second thing, I rebuilt my company in terms of the team. So before I was involved in all projects, and now I hired account managers who are responsible for project and reporting to me. So when I restructured my company, it gave me ability to grow, to scale.
Okay, that makes kind of sense. Now, you've been on this journey for a couple of years now. For people who you have seen start out in the agency space, a lot of them would fail. Why do you think most people actually fail in this journey?
It probably takes time, and maybe they want some quick money. It's not, yes, you can get a client and they pay you today, but how do you make client happy and yourself happy long term? So I believe a lot of companies fail because they don't have long-term vision, and they want quick result today or yesterday. I mean, we all do, but some people get discouraged and stop and quit, and others just know it's a normal process. It took me 3 years to become profitable. So I was in debt, like business debt. We were losing money almost every month, and it just was it was hard. Like you're doing something and you know that you're losing money. So that's why I think a lot of people fail.
Okay, so a final question for you, really. If you're advising someone who is starting an agency right now, whether they're doing SEO or PPC or whatever, what advice would you give them from everything that you have learned over the last couple of years?
First, I would highly recommend not to start agency right away. Become a freelancer first. Do freelancing job. Do not call yourself agency of one. Be freelancer and be as good as you can. Go above and beyond so people start recommending you. And when you have more work than you can even handle, then start hiring people to help you out. But don't do the agency and be cool delegating stuff. You have to do the grind work. You have to do hard work before jump to the agency route and start hiring people, because everybody can hire, but doesn't mean that you have enough work if clients are coming next week, next month, and so forth. So this is my recommendation: start small and grow organically.
That's a great piece of advice, actually. And it's quite practical as well. So I know you have a lot of great content out there on YouTube, on LinkedIn, and that is obviously how I initially came across you. If someone wanted to find out more about email marketing or more about you, where's the best place for them to go?
Just type in either in Google 𝗏𝗏𝘶𝗵. There's not this unique name, so nobody has the same name, or go to 𝗏𝗏𝘶𝗵.com, and there you can reach out to see other resources we have, because we have a podcast about e-commerce email marketing. We have a YouTube channel, and we are blogging about email marketing. So yeah, just go to 𝗏𝗏𝘶𝗵.com.
Awesome. On that note, 𝗪𝗏𝘁𝗶𝘵, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Abdul, for having me.